Welcome everybody to another episode of Puro Pinche Sports. I hope y'all can hear me. I think everything's working well. I am your host Jose. I'm joined by my guest Art. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good. Free agency started. It's day one of everything, and actually, right now, as we were preparing to load up, Juju Smith-Schuster has signed a 5-year contract with the Houston Texans.
So where's Will Fuller gonna go now?
I don't know, but I mean, they're trying to get something because they want to, I guess, convince Deshaun to stay. Anyways, guys, sorry, just had to bring that out there because, we were live. I think it was the first time I put us on Facebook as well. Hope you enjoy this. If you don't, cool. Either way, it's fun. I'm having fun with this. So, big day in free agency, Art. Big week, actually. Last week was massacre week for a lot of people. This week is now they're getting the bank. People are freaking going everywhere. Drew Brees retired, so he's saving money there for the Saints. All that shit's going on. What's your first thoughts initially on everything that's going on, Art?
I hope the Bears get a quarterback. No, man. It's I think we talked about it last time. Whenever we're going to be doing our mock draft for fantasy football and saying, like it was going to be wild because of all the running backs that were coming out of the draft. But then we started thinking about, okay, next season, who's going to be a free agent? And there's some big names out there. And some of those big names that we weren't even thinking about trading, there's a lot of trade rumors that it's going to happen, a lot of different trades. I think it's just pandemonium, man.
Yeah, I mean, the cap space went down about like 15.5 million. So teams are fucking scrambling to get players on their team. But let's kick things off with something we should all respect, right? Drew Brees has retired from the NFL after 20 seasons. Art, your first thoughts on that?
No, he's one of the greats. He was my quarterback last season, but he got hurt. He's a great player though. And I'm pretty sure he's a Hall of Famer. So my respects go out to him though.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player, man. I know a lot of people like to talk about how he couldn't get the job done for most of the seasons. I mean, mind you, this guy had like most of his career with shitty defenses. Like they couldn't protect, they couldn't stop the freaking run. They couldn't stop the other teams. They went through hell and back. And the last couple of years, they were looking great. They had many chances to get back to the Super Bowl, but Minnesota Miracle, the referees miss an obvious PI. If you count not this past season, but the year last year, the freaking offensive pass interference from Kyle Rudolph in that game against the Vikings before he got eliminated, and then of course the beat down after beating the Bucs twice in the regular season. They lose to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, who would eventually go on to be the champions. Rough road for Drew Brees, but amazing career. Like this is a guy who he almost like an average man. Like he wasn't like the tallest. He wasn't the strongest arm. He wasn't anything spectacular in many people's eyes when he first got drafted. And then he just battled through that and proved people wrong in so many ways. Art, people like to throw the word great around a lot. I think Drew Brees is great. But would you put him in your top 10, top 5, top 3 of your all-time list?
I think he deserves to be on the top 5. We're thinking now, we're going to be thinking, we're talking about
all time. I'm talking
all
time.
time. I'll probably say 5. I'll probably say 5. Top 5.
Well, what's your reason to put him top 5? And I guess I want to ask her, like, who's your 4 above him?
Man, 4. Can't really think on the top of my head right now, but I guess that if we were to just look by his like highlights and things like that, yes, it's Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, and he has not accomplished what like for example Tom Brady has done, that many rings.
Nobody has. To be fair, nobody has.
Yet again, like his numbers and like what he did and his NFL records. And I remember this past season looking at it and having Tom Brady beat some of those, and then at the same time, other quarterbacks, to be able to beat some of those NFL records, but he was still up there. And even though, like, okay, we're close to beating that, I don't think that. I guess my point I'm trying to make is he's in the top 5 just because of all the records he's made. Not being able to make more than one Super Bowl championship, his records show for that. He should have been able to be there more than once. It's just, I think we've had this discussion a lot. There's a lot of other teams that could have been there, but just their offensive line and their defense, they just couldn't guard him. They just couldn't protect him. So if he had a better O-line, there could be a different argument on that.
I mean, despite that, he still walks out great. I don't want to say top 5. I want to say somewhere between 6 to 10. I guess my main reasons for it is, like, at the end of the day, like, yes, he's going to be having the best records for, like, all-time, touchdown passes, all-time yards, all this stuff. Like, he's going to have, like, number ones, but a lot of those accomplishments are regular season awards. At the end of the day, we are going to be talking about what did you accomplish overall. While, yes, it's difficult as hell just to get to one Super Bowl and winning it, for the greatest, like, all times, you're as great as you are, you should maybe at least win at least one more. Peyton Manning was probably going to get that stigma, and then he ends his career with one more. John Elway was going to get a huge, like, disservice to his name, but then he wins 2 before he retires. Dan Marino, a lot of people will say he's a great quarterback, but he was never able to win the big one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put him above, some of the best names possible. Like, obviously, like, for me, Tom Brady is number 1, right? Joe Montana is going to be up there. He won 4 titles in his time. Could argue Teddy Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw. I was thinking Teddy Bridgewater. Terry Bradshaw. So many other names. Aaron Rodgers, of course, and now we got Patrick Mahomes coming up, and I don't think he'll just have 1 title. He'll have more. I mean, he's in his short time, he's already got the same amount of rings as Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees.
Yeah.
So I think I'll give him about 6 to 10.
So right now, I looked up, like, top 25 quarterbacks of all time. By the NFL, what the NFL is ranking him. Who do you think is number 1?
If it's not Tom Brady, they're wrong.
All right. So Tom Brady, number 2.
I'm saying Joe Montana.
Yep. Number 3.
That's tough. Oh God, I got something in my ear. John Elway.
They have Peyton Manning as number 3.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna just shoot off the number. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I haven't made my own list yet. But if I had to make a list, 6 to 10 for Drew Brees. But anyways, go on. What's the list?
Number 4, Johnny Unitas.
Okay. Yep. Fantastic.
Number 5, Otto Graham.
All right.
And then number 6, they have Drew Brees.
So they have Drew Brees listed over Aaron Rodgers.
And they have, then after that, Dan Marino, Roger Staubach, John Elway, and Aaron Rodgers, number 10.
I question a few things, but I mean, it's always going to be a discussion, right? Like, they're always going to have discussions of where they'll be and stuff like that. So, okay. Well, I mean, even the NFL, I guess, agrees between 6 to 10 for Drew Brees. I'd probably, if I had to say, if I had a team and I had to start between Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, personally, I'll probably go Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Just hard to imagine. And I'm not saying Drew Brees can't be great. He's definitely been great. Hence why we're talking about him. But I'm not going to put him over Aaron Rodgers. So, Drew Brees, thank you for your time, man. You were fucking fantastic to watch. You revitalized New Orleans. The freaking team sucked ass before you got there. They were nothing. Then Katrina hit. You brought them a title in 2009, despite all the nasty, dirty plays the defense played. But either way, man, great career. A lot of respect. Let's move on to the team, to players, Art, to the players that are getting their money. They're getting their bank. Let's kick things off with what happened last Tuesday. We were unable to go on air talk about it. So let's go ahead. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott signs for 4 years, $160 million, with 126 fully guaranteed and $75 million for the first year of the contract, which is this upcoming season. Your thoughts on that?
He deserved to get paid, like he, after getting franchise tagged and trying to figure out all those deals that happened last season, all those other quarterbacks getting more than what he got. I feel that he's a better caliber quarterback. If that really devastating injury had not happened last season, I'm pretty sure they could have made it further than what they did. But hey, he's getting his money. And he's probably gonna go. He's gonna go far this season. I need to look into who they're re-signing and who they're letting go, but I feel Prescott's up there too.
They haven't made much noise. Guys. If I look over to my side real quick, it's because I'm looking at Twitter trying to see what the current updates are. I think they signed somebody on the defensive side, which is they really need it. They have enough on the offense. Their O-line's what's kind of like messed up with them right now, but did he deserve it? I think he deserved to get paid. I don't know if he deserved to get paid as much as he did personally. We're talking about $126 million guaranteed in his first 3 years. We're talking about $75 million his first year. Yes, he was severely underpaid his first 4 years in the league. He had a rookie contract where I think he only made about $4 million. But we're talking about this is now gonna like $40 million a year, essentially. Like if you just like do the freaking, dividing everything, right? That's more than Deshaun Watson. That's just and then less than Patrick Mahomes. I don't put Dak Prescott's skill wise at the same level as Deshaun. I put his leadership up there. Maybe that's why he's getting paid the extra money that gets him over the hump. But I don't personally think he deserves to be being paid as much as he's getting.
I mean, what can I say? Like a lot of people say, we live in Texas, Americans team. They all like the Dallas Cowboys, but
they're not my team.
Yeah, they're not. Yet again, they're not my team. I'm not wearing my team shirt either, but just needed a. I was doing some construction, so I was like, I need to dirty a shirt up. But I don't know. I think he deserved to get paid after what the numbers that he was able to do in the past seasons. Like he was getting there, and like I said, after that injury, he wanted to get paid. That happened,
But isn't a lot of that just stat padding? Like he got a lot of those numbers because they were trailing by a lot and they stopped running the ball, so he had to throw the ball. Like a lot of those numbers, you can just say, well, they didn't really matter because it was already too late. Like they couldn't really do anything. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, personally, like I said, I don't believe Dak deserves to get paid that money as far as that much. Like to be second overall behind Patrick Mahomes. He hasn't accomplished much. I mean, nobody has right now, right? Accomplished as much as Patrick Mahomes, but you're speaking a lot. Like it's a lot of money, but it's whatever, man. The Cowboys overpay shit. Now they have to figure out what to do with the other contracts they're overpaying, like freaking Zeke's, DeMarcus Lawrence, and all the other stuff. Like, fix your thing, Cowboys. You want to win the NFC East again and not let the Washington football team, a team that doesn't even have a damn mascot, beat you again? Like, all right, get your shit done, bro. Art, for those who have followed the podcast and when you've been on and we've talked about fantasy football, they know for a fact your 2019 season, you had a guy and you traded him away in week 2.
Right.
And you said, I'm not going to draft him in next year because you just don't know how to feel about him. Well, guess what? Aaron fucking Jones got re-signed by the Packers because they know how to feel about him. The dude's an animal when he's fucking running the ball, and you make a mistake every time neglecting that man. What do you have to say for yourself? The man got 4 years, $48 million.
I'm going to say the same thing I said about Death. Now I'm joking. No, if I was the Packers and I decided to not go with him, I would be honestly thinking, how stupid am I? 2 seasons back to back, he's been able to do and pull numbers that no other one has. There has been other running backs putting really good numbers, but I think he was undervalued. And I think you might agree with this, that he wasn't your first pick either at a draft. You wanted to pick someone else. Yet again,
I went with Michael Thomas last year. And I was going to pick him up in the second round, but he got picked up right before I could.
But I think we had that talk about, like which running back we would rather pick up. And I think that's going to be the question again this coming season. Would you pick up Aaron Jones or would you pick up Cook from the Vikings? Who would you rather have as a running back?
I'm going to look at who has the better O-line, but at the same time too, Cook is more injury prone than Jones. So I'd probably go with Jones personally. Even last year, Cook had some injuries. He couldn't show up, and then his backup sucked too. So because I picked up his backup at one point too. But no, Aaron Jones is fantastic. I did not believe that the Packers were going to be able to afford him. All this shit about voidable contracts, all this stuff about restructuring and changing everything to the signing bonus. I'm just like, okay, so everyone's manipulating the fuck out of it. So why the hell was anybody even worried? So good for them. They lost their center though. Let's go ahead and actually talk about that one real quick because I think that's a big key. The Packers lost their center. Corey Linsley is now with the Chargers. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers' boy. He's going to be Justin Herbert's boy. He's about to protect him, make sure. I don't know if Justin Herbert's growing his long hair again. He looked like a damn 13-year-old who's trying to, sign up for the Marines or something after he shaved his head last year. But protect that man. The 5-year contract for $62.5 million. Dude, fucking. Your thoughts? Are the Chargers even going to get anywhere with this? Is this or just the start?
I think they're a possible contender next season. I mean, I think a lot of the things that we've seen a lot on this free agency is that a lot of defensive players are getting re-signed or traded to other teams. So either teams are thinking, they should be thinking that, but my quarterback is the most important key part of it. We don't want the same thing that happened with Drew Brees after so many hits. You can only take so many hits as a quarterback. So do we invest the money on our line, or do we go in and pay our main offensive players? So the Chargers have a good quarterback that could do great in the future. If they don't protect him now, they're just gonna end up with nothing again. So they're investing on their O-line. So I would say this is a good move. This is a good move for them.
Great pickup for sure. I cannot agree more. That man's protected Aaron Rodgers for the last couple of years very well. Aaron Rodgers has been 13-3 the last few years. Aaron Jones has been able to get away with a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. This frees up Austin Eckler. This allows more protection time for Justin Herbert to get to Keenan Allen, to get the other weapons. I mean, hopefully the Chargers can make some moves. I do feel bad for them as nobody in LA wants them. They want them back in San Diego, send them away or shit like that. Send them to San Antonio. Fuck yeah, I'll go to those games. I'll get a season fucking pass. I'll go because San Antonio needs a team. We had the last football team we had that people cared about was the San Antonio Commanders, but that shit folded real quick. Didn't even finish the damn season. So let's get that shit going. Okay, but anyways, that's just me talking, right? But no, Chargers, I think they're gonna do great. I mean, it's Justin Herbert, the impressive shit that he was able to pull off his rookie year. Nobody expected. Again, he's like he was like last year's Josh Allen, right? Nobody expected him to be as good as he was, and he's actually in his rookie year he was better than Josh Allen was. And now look at where Josh Allen is. So just imagine by the time year 3, year 4, Justin Herbert will be going to be a special team. I think they're going to do great. I think they'll be right there knocking at the door for playoff contention. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs though. So speaking of playoffs, Art, the champions, the Buccaneers were able to retain 2 of their best defenders, Levante David, Shaq Barrett. Are the Bucs on a road to repeating?
If you were to ask me the same question about, and I think you might have last year with the Chiefs, and we said, no, they're going to be Super Bowl contenders again. Are they going to make another run for it? You know, we both agree, yeah, they were able to retain some of their players. Yet again, this year they didn't do much with it. I have a feeling.
And I personally always said I never thought the Chiefs were going to repeat. And the reason I said that is because it's hell of a tough to repeat. Last person to do it, or last team to do it, was Tom Brady and the Patriots, 03-04. It's hard as hell. Seahawks couldn't do it in 13-14. Patriots couldn't do it 16-17. Hell, they could have three-peated if they had won 17. And the Chiefs weren't able to do it, 19-20. So,
yep. I would probably say they have a chance. I mean, they have Brady at center. They have him as their lead captain, So if he's able to bring that mentality back to them, and like you said, they were able to retain two of their key players, why not? I think a lot of us, I know I doubted the Buccaneers for making it to the Super Bowl. I know you didn't. But yet again, it's Brady when Brady is in and he's locked in, man, he just drives offense and defense to do great things. So, hey, this could be a repeat.
Well, I'm only going to say they're probably going to be Super Bowl contenders again because I don't know anyone in the NFC right now. It's too chaotic. Green Bay is going to be there, but they haven't been able to prove that they can beat the Bucs. San Francisco is about to get fully healthy. I believe they'll be fully healthy. Hopefully Jimmy G stops getting hurt. And hell, even when they were half their team was hurt, they were still doing great shit last year. So 49ers, Bucs will be, I think, my two top teams next year. After that, NFC, anything goes, right? Russell Wilson, we don't know where the hell he's going to land or if he's going to stay in Seattle. Your Bears don't have a quarterback to save their life because Nick Foles can't even save his own life. The NFC East is still the NFC least. I mean, what are we doing here? So, yeah, Buccaneers. I think they're going to be the favorites. I think they're going to probably meet the 49ers or the Packers in the NFC Championship, and we'll go from there. Did I skip anybody I was going with? No. Okay. So, with all that being said, Art, as far as so far right now at 4:30 p.m., March 15th, what we got information so far is, there's other news out there, but I don't really care so much about the Jaguars, the Jets. Who does? Nobody, right? But Art, my New England Patriots are on a revenge tour. Bill Belichick is pissed. And he's going off. For the first time in a long time, we have cap space. We were entering free agency with the third highest cap space. And he is on a roll. He is angry. He is tired of all the doubters. All the people say, well, Bill can't win without Tom. He's putting his foot forward and saying, fuck it. I think I am still the best coach ever. I know I am the best coach ever. And he has re-signed Cam for one more year. He traded for our old offensive lineman, Trent Brown. He signed Jonnu Smith from the Titans. He signed Devin Gotchuk, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, from the Dolphins, Matt Judon from the Ravens, and Jalen Hills from the Eagles. He's preparing for war. And actually right now, Art, I don't know if you saw, they're looking to get San Francisco's Kendrick Bourne as well. Bourne. So they are moving in the direction. I don't know if that wide receiver is my favorite because I think they didn't need more offensive weapons. But with Edelman aging, they need a new wide receiver too. There's still good wide receivers available right now. Will Fuller, Kenny Galladay. They need something done to become more of a threat. But the revenge tour has begun. Do you agree?
I think Belichick is going to want to make a statement. And he has made the statement already, Cam Newton wants to make a statement too. There was a lot of trash talk last season about him and him not being able to do what he did in Carolina and be able to throw the ball but they signed tight end Jonnu Smith, man. Whenever he's on fire, he's on fire. They're giving him They're giving him an O-line. Maybe Cam Newton runs the ball more. I don't know. Maybe they want to protect him more. I think we both agree that after Newton getting COVID, he wasn't himself anymore.
He wasn't. He wasn't. He truly wasn't.
So if he's not the same Cam Newton that we knew, and he can't run the ball as much for whatever reason it is, you have to protect him. Yet again, same argument that we've been having. You have to protect your quarterback. But if you protect Cam Newton and he's able to make those plays, man, you're right. Belichick can have a revenge story if they really want it. So
COVID hits everyone differently. Cam, it hit negatively to where he was looking great his first 3 games of the season with the Patriots, and then the rest of the season he was just like, it was like, blah. I was like, what is this? Like, this is old Cam. Like, shoo, like, we don't want you. We want the Cam that showed up the first 3 weeks, the one that battled hard against the damn Seahawks, even though in defeat, like fucking battled hard. Edelman went down with injury. I mean, he's flinching with every fucking pass that's thrown his way. He's flinching before he even gets hit. N'Keal Harry's kind of been a first-round bust. Patriots need more wide receivers that matter. And as much as Kendrick Bourne is, a good player, like he's not a bad one. Like he's done good for 49ers, like, but there's a reason why they're letting him go. They got Deebo Samuel. Damn it, I forgot the other name that they got last year, rookie. Had him in fantasy. Was he fantastic?
For which team?
The 49ers. But
Ayuk?
Yes, Brandon Ayuk. Thank you. Freaking, they have those two. Those two are potentially both wide receiver ones. Like, so they're gonna let Bourne go. He's probably gonna want too much money that they couldn't afford. So he'll be a good wide receiver 2 with the Patriots. They still need a wide receiver 1. I think the revenge tour is real. They'll be back in the playoffs. I do truly believe that. They're getting all their defensive players that left for freaking COVID reasons last year. They're going to get them all back. We lost 2 O-linemen, but that's okay. I think they're really good at figuring that shit out. They've done it before. So, God willing.
How would you feel if they signed Kendrick Bourne?
We just talked about that. I said it's fine.
But I'm asking, like, if it's him, would you?
They're going to, but I'm saying like he's fine as a wide receiver 2. I'm saying they need still someone else.
Okay.
They need a bigger weapon. They need a Kenny Galladay. They need
I think Kenny Galladay is going to Jags though. I think that's where he ends up.
Right. Jags and Jets have the most cap space above the Patriots, so he'll probably go somewhere that can afford it if he wants more than what they're willing to give. Like I'm pretty sure he's looking for like 17, 18 million a year. Don't know if I would give him that much. I'd probably say maybe 15 or 16. But whatever, they need a deep threat too. But the problem is too, Cam's not a fucking deep threat person, right? Like he's inaccurate as hell and throwing far. But I mean, we were there, Art. We were there in the Houston Texans game where you got that damn shirt. He threw some good passes,
but they just weren't long. They weren't deep.
There was one that was about a 30-yarder, 30 or 40. I mean, yes, it's not like he can fucking gunsling you like Aaron Rodgers or last year's Tom Brady, because apparently Tom Brady couldn't do that before, but he could last year. What the fuck, guys? Anyways, I'm rambling, right? I'm excited because I'm a fan and it's crazy. Pats, Brady, like I'm freaking everywhere. Like, leave me alone. I'm emotional right now. Damn it.
It's all right. Don't cry.
I'm not crying. I have 6 rings and I'm still cheering for Tom Brady and he has 7. So, like I'm not crying. I'm just fucking loco, dude. And it's okay that I'm loco and I've always been loco. But right now I want the Pats to move on to do the great things. I know the same way you feel about the Bears. You're tired of the defense being great. You're tired of having 10 tight ends that you're not going to fucking use. You just want a damn quarterback. I understand your pain. Art, tell me about your pain right now. Tell me about your Bears. Like, what is the thing that's bothering you the most? And I know it's going to be Allen Robinson. So go. Put this shit at the camera.
Well, I mean, sorry, it's because I'm doing the same thing as you. I'm looking at on my second screen trying to figure out what else comes up, but I don't know, man. It's kind of sad, like Robinson has been putting up numbers, he has not dropped a pass from his stats on it. No, he's been great. Yet again, I like the man so much. if they don't get him a quarterback, I don't want him in the Bears. I think he needs to go somewhere else to be back at his full potential. However, if the Bears are able to acquire a quarterback, then that changes everything for him. Which, if he does get a quarterback, and I believe I saw a comment from him today saying, Allen Robinson doesn't care about getting a bigger contract, and he's not going to ask for a bigger contract unless he sees the Bears getting or acquiring a better quarterback. He doesn't want to stay with the Bears for more than a year if they don't give him a quarterback. Which, hey, I agree with him.
What are you going to do with Nick Foles? Exactly. And you couldn't do shit with Mitch Trubisky. I mean, you had one good season, and that's about it. Everything else is shit. Now you got Nick Foles, and we know that if he's not playing for an Eagles uniform, he's shit too. So
yeah, no, and this is one thing that I noticed. I mean, so if you have Trubisky playing, he targets Robinson, but he targets him on really, really bad plays, which yet again Robinson makes the play. But once you had Foles in it, Robinson just disappeared, and it would be Mooney or Miller who would be making the plays. Yet again, they're not wide receiver ones. And that's why I think they just need to get a better quarterback, period. If not, just let him go. Let the man go. Let the man get his money somewhere else. But the Bears just need a quarterback. I don't think they've had a quarterback since ever.
Jay Cutler's been your best one.
And even then, it's like, man, like, do I really call that a quarterback? But no, right now, with everything that's going on, man, if they're able to hit Russell.
You realistically think they're going to get Russell Wilson?
I don't. I think they have a better chance of getting someone else. But, you can't dream too big. They're making cap space, so it could happen. Yet again, they're going to have to be giving out way too many picks and a good person, like a good weapon. So
you might lose Mac.
I don't think the Bears are going to let go of Mac. And if they do for Wilson, I don't know. That's a
bittersweet.
I don't know that
bittersweet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how it is, Art. Sometimes some shit happens and it's a bittersweet moments. But anyways, man, that was all we can do. Kind of go through a long list in a short amount of time. And so let's keep it as is. Right now, it's pretty much been dead. They haven't really done much extra. I mean, the Giants re-signed a defensive tackle. It's the Giants.
So how long are you? What was the size of the contract for Juju?
Juju. Well, I mean, I could be wrong. It could have been. Well, I haven't seen any more info. I might have said something that's probably not ended up being true. So, because I haven't seen any more stories, besides what I just saw. Actually, I think they retracted. So I don't think he's actually going to the Texans. Sorry, Houston, I lied to you. Everything I said to you was a lie. It was false. That's what I get for quoting something that probably was not telling the truth. So, it's okay.
I can't find anything for him either.
So whatever. It's cool. Juju's not still out there, so maybe he'll end up with the Pats. He's another wide receiver too. Again, not a big threat.
What about Will Fuller to the Pats?
See, he's a deep threat, so I guess I wouldn't mind but again, like, can Cam get it to him? Can Cam get him the ball? Like I said, the first 3 weeks, his passing, the way his footwork, the way he was, moving perfectly to be able, his hips to throw the ball and not just flinging it like without, putting any power behind it. He was doing things the right way the first few weeks. After he got COVID and then he came back, it was just like, I don't know. So we'll see what happens, guys. Thank you for watching us. This is chaotic, scenery with the free agency. We're not going to get to, every day. We're not going to be here on every day. We just wanted to talk, on the first day of the free agency, how chaotic it's been. Art, where can the people find you at?
Yeah, man. So mostly I use Instagram. So you can find me at Beachbum AI. That's usually, I'll post one thing then and there. But yeah, if you guys want design advice or any other type of advice on it, go for it. Hit me up.
Design advice, Art? What do you mean? What do you do that you could help out people in case they were interested?
So I guess my fiance would say I draw pretty pictures in the computer, but no, I'm an architect.
Pretty
So,
little flowers.
right? No, I'm an architect, and I like to do all that photography. As you remember, I did take your engagement pictures. So
You did.
Anything, if I have time, just hit me up. I'll see what I can do.
Nice. I mean, technically, I had two photographers at the wedding. I mean, at the engagement. One I wanted there, and the other one that was just a creeper on his iPhone 6. God, Jesse Mendes, fucking hate you for that. You let that fool stay there. You're my best man. Anyways, thank you, Art, for joining us this evening. Fun talk, guys. Follow the podcast. You know where we are: Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe, Twitter. On Instagram, Pudo Pinche Sports Podcast. On Twitter, PPS_podcast. If you are a follower of the podcast, please go to the YouTube page, subscribe, so you get that notification when a new video is up, when we are live. If you are wondering why we haven't put anything on the podcast, on the audio edition, technical difficulties, unable to put some stuff up right there right now, guys. But that's why we've been busy on the videos, so that way we're still giving you content. We're still giving you discussions. I'm hoping to have new guests soon, talk about different topics. I know you've seen Jesse Santos for MMA and boxing. I know you've seen Michael Zalzar. He'll be more around for the MMA and boxing side. Art will continue to come help when we're talking about the football stuff and fantasy football later down the year when shit goes down, because he's my guy. He's the guy who gets 9th to 10th place in a 10-man league. So that's who I need here, so I can always feel better about myself. No, I'm just kidding. I'll get other people too. I'll probably get my boy Lewis. I'll get other people on here, maybe last year's champ and all this shit like that. We're going to continue to try to bring you new content more and more, guys. Hope you enjoy. Please spread the word to everybody. Like I said, follow the podcast on all platforms. Share it to everybody. Art, you do the same. Share it to your family. Everybody. So, guys, thank you for watching. We are Pudo Pinche Sport, and we are out.